Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk about a few specific events that have happened in the crypto space. Recently, there was a YouTube video that got posted about why NFTs are pretty bad and why there are a few problems with NFTs. I do briefly want to discuss this video and why I didn't think it was a great video and share my thoughts on it. I couldn't watch the entire video as it wasn't a great video, and the person who made the video did repeat himself a lot and say things in different ways. After that, I want to talk about some news about Chainlink and some news about Ethereum that occurred when I was away on my holiday. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. So let's get into the video. Essentially, the bulk of this video was discussing how NFTs are basically scams and how NFTs will basically lead to the over-financialization of everything and turn everything into a stock market or a casino. Now, I do actually understand this criticism, and this is one of the most common criticisms that I hear about NFTs and crypto in general. If we use Ethereum for everything and smart contracts for everything, that means everything is going to start to have a market price, everything is going to start to turn into a stock market, and it introduces speculation into markets that otherwise don't need speculation. Now, I would disagree with the premise that everything smart contracts or Ethereum touches results in speculation, gambling, and stock markets. The first piece of evidence that I would cite is that large insurance companies are already using smart contracts for their daily operations, and this isn't really introducing any new level of speculation. Moreover, if we look at decentralized finance, there's no issue with over-financializing finance, as finance is already over-financialized. So if we do look at some of the things he's talking about where a huge degree of speculation is being added, we can see that this is primarily happening in video games and in the sales of digital art. And I would actually agree with him here that a lot of this is being turned into gambling and stock markets. However, in his video, he made the mistake of only talking about what's happening today. I do believe that in the future, when everything is eventually done on Ethereum, all of these things will be done via a microtransaction that most individuals will not have to see or will not have to interact with. Everything will eventually be abstracted away, and users will be able to do what they normally do right now. However, when they make a transaction, it will just be recorded on the blockchain. Of course, this means that nothing will change for anyone. If they wanted to make a transaction today, it would be exactly the same thing. For example, I believe that if someone wants to buy something off Amazon in 10 years, it will eventually be recorded on the blockchain. However, the individual that's buying off Amazon will not need to know or worry about this. So overall, I don't think that in the long term it will lead to over-financialization of anything. All the blockchain is doing is changing the way in which people execute transactions, ensuring that transactions are actually executed via smart contracts, and I do believe that this will be the long term. Another thing that was mentioned is that if an individual wants to buy an NFT, they're going to need to buy Ether, which is a highly volatile coin, and this is something that is not true. On the Ethereum network, you can use multiple different coins, including US dollar stablecoins, and hopefully in the future you'll actually be able to directly use your US dollars on Ethereum when CBDCs are created. Now, some thoughts on the video in general. I did think that the video was a little bit short-sighted, and it was talking about some of the worst aspects of NFTs and generalizing them out to the entirety of the market. Of course, I didn't watch the video in full because I did think that the person making the video repeated the same thing over and over, however, just found different ways to actually word it. There didn't seem like there were too many good points in the videos, and I'm not sure that he fully understood the concept of digital ownership. Regardless, there's recently been some other big bits of news that occurred while I was away. Now, the first big bit of news that occurred is the DM co-creator has actually joined Chainlink as a technical advisor. Now, if you don't know what DM is, it's essentially the cryptocurrency that Facebook were actually planning on making. I'm not sure if they're still making it. I'm not really sure what's happening with the coin right now. However, it never seemed like a good idea. Facebook creating their own currency and their own money did seem like a pretty silly thing to do, and I'm not a big fan of Facebook right now. Regardless, it is good to see people with extreme technical experience joining Chainlink and helping work on Chainlink. Of course, perhaps he didn't like DM that much and he's came over to help out with Chainlink, as he does believe Chainlink is going to be the future, and overall I do think this is a good bit of news. Now, a renowned Stanford cryptographer also joined Chainlink as a technical advisor, and overall it seems like Chainlink are getting better and better people on their teams. Of course, you may know that recently the former Google CEO joined Chainlink as an advisor, and Chainlink Labs are hiring more and more people. They're doing more and more research, and overall I would expect a lot of this research to flow through to some very positive results for the Chainlink network. However, we will need to wait and see if this happens. Now, another very interesting chart that came out when I was away is the amount of Chainlink integrations that occurred. Of course, we did already know that 1,092 Chainlink integrations happened in 2021. However, this chart specifically said where these integrations were coming from. As we can see, 525 integrations were in decentralized finance. However, 261 were with verifiable randomness, 210 with NFTs, and 119 with gaming. Of course, I did like to see this, as it shows that Chainlink is starting to become a lot more than just a DeFi coin. A couple of years ago, people would have only considered Chainlink a coin for decentralized finance. However, it shows that Chainlink can easily, and already is, branching out into multiple other aspects of blockchains, which is good to see. Now, one other huge bit of news that I wanted to talk about is Binance turned on Arbitrum withdrawals, and they did this on about January the 14th. Essentially, what this does is it means that an individual can directly withdraw their Ether from Binance to Arbitrum, the layer 2, for a small fee of $10. Now, a lot of people are saying layer 2s are bad because people need to withdraw their coins to Ethereum, pay a fee for that, and then withdraw their coins to Arbitrum. However, now individuals can withdraw their coins straight to Arbitrum, and this starts to make layer 2s function just like a layer 1 network, which turns off a lot of the down and a lot of the hate from people about layer 2s. Now, another thing that happened here is that so many people were withdrawing from Binance to Arbitrum that Binance actually had to shut down withdrawals because there's so much demand, and they're working on re-enabling them. Of course, this is actually a bullish sign in my opinion, as it shows heaps of people want to withdraw to Arbitrum and heaps of people want to use them, and Binance will probably work a bit harder to meet this demand next time. Now, the last bit of news that I briefly wanted to talk about is Ethereum client distribution. Essentially, if you don't know what an Ethereum client is, everyone who is staking their Ether needs to use an Ethereum client. Of course, what you want to happen is you want each client to have roughly the same amount of stake within them, as if too much Ether is put within one client, that client going down could be fatal for the network. Right now, about 66% of Ether is staked with the Prism client, and this isn't very good. We want Prism to have at least under 50% of Ether in it in case something ever happens to this client. Now, Rocket Pool is an Ethereum staking network, and they are working to solve this, and as you can see, if you stake your Ether with Rocket Pool, you are actually helping out client diversity and taking away some of that from Prism, which is why I'm probably going to start staking a bit more of my Ether with Rocket Pool, and I really do trust the network. Anyway, this brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the video.